Hello and welcome to today's training lesson, Title 7, The Basics When Conducting Job Interviews. This video discusses a serious topic important to our business, discrimination. Acts of discrimination occur every day, whether intentional or unintentional. Be sure to pay attention to this video as we will provide examples of bad interviews that can lead to legal problems and examples of good interviews that get the job done without discriminating against anyone. By the end of this video, you will know the basics of Title 7 of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and some basic examples of do's and don'ts when conducting a job interview. Before we get started, let's review the definition of Title VII and some important aspects of it. What is Title VII? Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 makes it illegal to discriminate based on race, color, sex, national origin, and/or religion. What's prohibited under Title VII? To discriminate against individuals based on their protected characteristics with respect to their compensation, terms, conditions, or privileges of employment. To limit, segregate, or classify their employees or applicants for employment in any way such as hiring, promoting, transferring, which would deprive individuals of employment opportunities because of their protected characteristics. Now let's take a look at some examples of do's and don'ts when conducting an interview.
Hi, welcome to Brewery. How can I help you?
I'm here for an interview with Doug about the warehouse manager position.
Okay, great. You can go ahead and have a seat right there. Someone will be right with you.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Hi, welcome to Brewery. How can I help you?
Hi, my name is Devin. I'm here to interview for the warehouse manager position.
Great. You can have a seat in the next waiting room. Someone will be right with you.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Maria Gonzalez?
Yes.
Hey.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Good, I'm Doug. Follow me, we'll make your way over to the interview room. I was thinking of your name, Maria. That's interesting. Where are you from?
What do you mean, where am I from? You mean like my ethnicity? I'm Hispanic.
Ah, okay. That's interesting because I would never have guessed that by looking at you. But,
Okay.
I just want to, how long have you lived in the U.S.?
My entire life?
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. The reason why I ask is just because, visas, we don't really do those, and they're really, really complicated and long process. So I just want to make sure we can keep on going with this interview.
I understand. It won't be an issue.
All right, great. Well, let's keep on moving. This won't be a waste of my time then.
Okay, I'm glad.
Under Title VII, national origin, race, and color are protected characteristics. None of these can be asked about during the interview process or considered when making hiring decisions. It is illegal for an interviewer to ask an applicant whether or not they are U.S. citizens or what their country of citizenship is. However, it is legal to ask if an applicant is eligible for employment in the United States.
Devin Campion? Yes.
Hi.
Hi, Devin. It's so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
How was your drive in?
It was good.
Good. No traffic or anything?
Nope, not at all.
All right, so let's head on into the interview room.
Okay.
How are you today?
I'm doing good.
Well, Maria, I just want to thank you for coming and interviewing here. And before we get started, I can offer you some cold beverages.
Do you have water by chance?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no problem.
I
Absolutely.
don't drink, I'm sorry.
Some water. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's the cross? You probably don't drink. Okay.
No, I don't.
I notice these things.
Okay.
Yeah, so, does this mean that you can't work on Sundays, though? Because we're going to need someone on Sunday mornings.
I can be available on Sundays if needed, yes.
Oh, good. Okay.
That won't be a problem.
Because we could just probably stop the interview if that was the case. So.
No, I can be available if needed.
Okay, perfect.
Wow, just when I thought this interview couldn't get any worse. Under Title VII, religion is a protected characteristic and therefore should not be asked about during the hiring process or considered when making an employment decision, even if the applicant voluntarily indicates their religious affiliation.
All right, Devin. So before we start this interview, I'd just like to ask you a few basic questions to confirm the information you provided us on your application. Is that all right with you?
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. Are you legally authorized to work in the U.S.?
Yes.
Okay. And here, warehouse managers are occasionally required to work early mornings and weekends. Will you be able to do this?
Yes, if I have a few days' notice, I can accommodate that.
All right, and then finally here at Buzz Brewery, we require all applicants who are offered an employment position to undergo a complete background check. So that will just verify any information that you provided, but it also includes a criminal record and alcohol-related drug convictions. If you are offered a position, are you willing to undergo this background check?
Yes, that's not a problem.
Okay, perfect.
Well, before we begin the interview, I just need to ask you a couple questions about your application, make sure we're all squared away there.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Is that all right?
Yeah, no problem.
So, first of all, are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. What about your husband?
Yes, he is too. How is this relevant?
I just need to make sure you're eligible to work here. There's protocol we got to follow here. So, the last question on this is just: have you, by chance, been arrested before?
I'm not comfortable answering that.
Does that mean you have?
You're not allowed to say that.
Wait, hey, we just need to. We're all friends here. We just need to make sure that our employees aren't involved in illegal activities like excessive drinking and those kinds of things.
No, I've never been arrested.
Excellent. Let's move on then.
It is illegal to ask applicants about their arrest history because being arrested does not mean that the applicant was actually convicted of a crime. Instead, it is appropriate to ask about convictions for certain types of crime that the employer can prove to be relevant to the position. For example, a bank wouldn't want to hire a teller who has been convicted of armed robbery.
So, Maria, I just want to let you know that we don't usually actually hire female managers for this particular job.
And why is that?
Well, it's just the nature of the job. Got lots of guys underneath you, and I'm not sure if it would normally work well. So, just a little hesitation about that.
Well, I appreciate the fact that you at least brought me in for an interview. I mean, I feel like I qualify for the position, and I'm looking forward to potentially working for Buzz Brewery.
Yeah, I'm not sure you're going to be qualified because you actually, now that I see you in person, you're kind of girly and petite. I don't know.
Well, I've had several different management positions in the past, and I know how to handle employees.
Well, here, we can solve this by just a simple question. Are you able to lift 50 pounds?
Yes.
You can? Okay, how about that box over there? Can you lift that for me right now?
The interviewer's comments about the applicant's stature are inappropriate and are problematic on the basis of sex and gender. It is unlikely that the interviewer would make these comments or ask these kind of probing questions to male applicants. Furthermore, it is inappropriate for the interviewer to challenge the applicant to lift a heavy box. There are certainly situations in which it is appropriate to test applicants in order to ensure that they are able to meet physical requirements of a job. Firefighters, for example, must pass physical fitness tests to ensure that they have the strength and endurance required to be effective in their position. Applicants should have prior notice of such a test, and the test should be universally administered to all applicants.
All right, so this job typically has an 8 to 5 schedule, obviously with some exceptions, as I mentioned. So are you able to work this schedule during the week?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And this position also occasionally requires some heavy lifting. So are you able to lift up to 50 pounds?
Yes, I can do that.
Okay, great. And now I'm going to ask you a series of behavioral questions in order to learn more about your professional experiences. So to begin, could you please tell me about a time when you had to deal with a difficult employee?
Sure. At my previous position, We had an issue with one of our employees in our sales department, just behavior and being able to depend on him to be somewhere at a certain time. So we had to go through a series of meetings with him to kind of address that behavior and find some solutions how it would work.
Perfect.
Oh, hey, how was your interview?
It was good. How was yours?
Oh, it was terrible.
Really? I really like this place. I think I'd like to work at Buzz Brewery.
Not me, I'm out. I'm not for this.
I love Buzz Brewery. Best job.